Welcome back, friends. Your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ here, recording from heaven, evidently. It is bright as hell out there. Bright as hell in heaven. Yep, okay, so, I promised a raw vlog, not a raw vlog, I promised a vlog with, like, my top 10 anime of 2024, and I watched, like, 40 anime. So, let's do that today, shall we? It's been a while. It's been, like, what? Like, I'm just gonna record whenever. Where's my anime list? Here it is. Anime list, you're gonna hear clicks. These raw vlogs have like no. Okay, so I saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36 anime. And maybe like 5 of them are not from 2024, but I saw them in 2024. Or they're the continuation. I'm just putting it all together. So we're gonna go through. I'm just gonna go down the list. They're in order of when I watched them for the year, but I'm gonna skip the ones that are not in the top 10, and then we'll do the top 10. So just in order of what I saw that last year. So first thing I saw apparently was Goblin Slayer season 2, and that's interesting because it moves a little bit past the Goblin premise, and they're doing like other adventure kind of things, but still dealing with goblins anyway. Goblin Slayer 2, not as rough as Goblin Slayer 1 as far as the content, but still fun. That's the best way to put it. It's not in the top 10. When I saw White Saint Black Pastor, the entire anime I thought the Black Pastor was going to die. Uh, it's just a sweet, romantic, slightly comedy, slice of life anime. It's cute, it's interesting. Not bad. Not bad at all. I saw Fluffy Paradise. Anyone else see Fluffy Paradise? Everyone thought it was going to be like just cute little anime girl with a bunch of animals, and then there was war and slaughter. So much slaughter, things dying. Oh my god, just the whiplash for people. I still enjoyed it. A lot of people did not. It's a girl who likes animals gets isekai, and she's like, I want to be like the greatest tamer in this new world. So all animals love her, and so it's very cute, but also she's just trying to like do like trying to bring like her world's ideas to our world's ideas to their world, but then she waffles sometimes, which I hate when she waffles, because I'm like, these are good ideas and some of these are bad ideas because you're waffling. Mashal season 2 was hilarious. It's an honorable mention for sure as far as the top 10. That was a very fun time. They only have one joke and it's still a good joke. Mashal is I should describe these a little bit better maybe if you've never seen them. Mashal is what if Harry Potter, but Harry Potter is just a buff guy, and his magic is the power of muscle. That's it. That is it. That is the joke, and it's great. Like, what if One Punch Man was in the wizarding world? That's it. Everyone else has magic. He does not. He's just a buff dude. He's just Saitama. It is great. I love it. It is hilarious. And I like the cream puff joke. And also, it's where you get Bing Bong Bong, that song from. Which is a very good song. Probably, like, it is one of the top 10 of the year anime music openers for sure. Followed by Weakest Tamer. So, Weakest Tamer looking for trash. So it's an isekai, but not isekai, which is very interesting in that this is a girl living in this fantasy world, but she has sort of a second mind inside of her, and it's the isekai person, but she's still in control. So she's on her own a lot. So I get the idea is this girl's alone all the time in the wilderness, and the other voice is kind of the straight man for her in a way. But you never hear the other voice. You only hear her talking to the other voice, which is such an interesting idea there. I like that. And it's just the story of a cursed little girl who is level 0. She's very weak. She can only tame the weakest monsters. And it's very cute, and every episode you think she's going to die. Honestly, I would not be surprised if she dies at some point in the story. The first season is rough. She almost died a bunch of times. It does not hold back. I thought she was gonna die. I'm like, what are they gonna do after she dies in like episode 4? Like, I don't know. She has a rough time. It's also where the Magic Bagu meme comes from. And if you've never seen that meme, you gotta look that up because that's hilarious. Harvest Moon anime. It's non-BD something. So the Harvest Moon anime is very interesting. It's just this guy isekais. And God gives him the power of farming. Like, he's just really strong at farming. He can plant any seed he wants. He can plow very well. Multiple ways on that, by the way. He's just a guy who's really good at farming, and he builds a very good farmer body because of it. And what happens? A harem gets built out of it. Now, here's what's interesting about this, based on a light novel. In this anime, it's way more wholesome. He gets, like, animal friends. He's got a spider, and I like anime spiders, so named Zabuton, which means pillow, because it looks like a pillow, which is funny. And that's my favorite character, is the anime spider. It's definitely because of, I forgot her, Nezuko. It's definitely because of Nezuko. Not Nezuko. I have the thing right here. It's not Nezuko. Is it Nezuko? Did I for Kumiko? There you go. What's Nezuko from? What's Nezuko from? What's Nezuko? I meant Kumiko. Kumiko. Ko means like little or child. Ko also means old and certain things. Like, yeah, Kumiko. Spider, girl, Kumiko. What's Nezuko? Nezuko's an anime. Well, figure that out later. Seriously, what's Nezuko? I got sidetracked really hard by that. So it's just, he's got a spider buddy. He's also got dire wolf buddies. And eventually he teams up with a succubus and an angel and elves. And they're all girls and beast women. He's just teaming up with all these women. And just totally building a harem. But in the anime, he's like, I'm going to help these ladies find husbands. I'm like, good. That's great, because I'm getting tired of harems. Turns out in the light novel, it is a harem. They all bang him. He bangs all of them. He has many children. He only has one child in the anime, and it's with the succubus, and they're the only married couple. In the books, he is all over the place. So as an anime only, pretty good. As a light novel, I'm like, Jesus Christ, wish fulfillment. I am not interested in that at all. Then I got Dr. Elise, the princess with the nurse with the lamp. So Dr. Elise is an amazing premise. Honorable mention on this one. So Dr. Elise is, what if you isekai twice? So she's a princess in some like medieval, not like maybe like 1900s monarchy. She's a princess there. And there's a plague and there's war and all these things. And she does a bad job handling it. To the point that the king, her husband, sentences her to death. And she just regrets that she didn't handle it well. She wishes she did better. Isekais to effing Korea. Oh, in the original version, I think she isekais to Japan because this is an anime. But she isekais to an Asian country and decides to become a doctor. Dr. Elise. She's a doctor. She's an amazing doctor. She is hell-bent on saving lives. All she cares about is to save as many lives as possible. And then she isekais again. Back to her previous life years prior. So she's young again. She's back in her previous life. She knows what's coming. She knows there's a plague. She knows there's war. Things that are going to need a nurse. That's what she's all about. And so it's just a story of her trying to become a doctor and prove her worth in that. And it's also a romance in there as well. It's definitely a shoujo. And it's a medical drama is the best way to put it, with romance in it. And there's some elements, there's like magical elements to it that I really liked it. Liked it way more than I thought I would. And it's based on Florence Nightingale. So if you know the history of Florence Nightingale, that's in there. And The Lamp's coming in season 2, if they ever make a season 2. I was hooked into this. I don't know how. I kind of want to watch it again right now. I really liked Dr. Elise more than I really expected to. Next after that is The Fire Hunter, season 2, including season 1, because it's all one big story. Hikari no. So, which means the Fire King. It is based on a kid's book series, 4 books. And it is, I don't know, the theme of the world is a very interesting world. It's a young girl, apparently I have a thing for young girls trying to not die horribly in nature. The story of a young girl and her dog, and her fighting her, just trying to journey from one part of the world to another to return the dog, because it's not her dog. The guy who owned the dog dies in the first episode, saving her life. And to do the honorable thing, she's returning the dog back to his family. And so it's her journey there. And on the way, she goes through a lot of stuff. Other characters go through a lot of things. Just goes through a lot of growth. She's pretty like it's a weird character because she's very inactive and proactive and reactive, and she's a lot of things because she's literally like 8 years old. This is like an actual like 8 or 10 year old child here, so they don't know what to do in certain situations. Sometimes they do a rash decision, and it's pretty interesting what they do. And in the end, they go through so much and grow so much. It's a hell of a story. It's written by like it's drawn by a bunch of 60 and 70-year-olds who really like the story. It's drawn by just a bunch of veterans in the industry, and because it's a very old style of drawing, and they had a lot of like budgetary issues as well. It's an interesting story. Goes through a lot of stuff. This is one of those. Despite the art being terrible, it's great because the story's so gripping, and I was really in there. No, that's an honorable mention. Another honorable mention, going in order of what I watched. You can just figure out what season I'm going into as I'm going here, and then when I get to the top 10, you're like, okay, now you don't know because, um, Unwanted Undead Adventurer. This is not an isekai. This one is. It's a dungeon crawler anime. It's more like. I'd say like. Not necessarily solo, but it's one of those ones where a guy is like one of the weaker people, and then he becomes OP. But he grinds his way there for a little bit. So, by the way, I have not seen Solo. I did not see Solo 11/24. I've seen 2025. Um, so this guy goes through some things. He's not very strong. He's basically Rudy. This is Rudy, the fantasy anime. He's been an adventurer for a long time, but he's not very good. And then he goes through some things, and then obviously undead. He becomes undead and becomes very strong. He still has to grind his way up, but now his ceiling is way higher than he was as a human. And you get to see his experience and other characters' experience. You get to see that the town loves this guy, but he does not realize it. That's part of the interesting thing to it is he's unwanted in his mind. He thinks nobody wants him, while everyone actually cares about him, which is very interesting. It's an interesting story. I like that one a lot. It's like Skeleton Warrior, but not. Just a different kind of Skeleton Warrior, because I think Skeleton Warrior is, I can't remember right now. Grandpa and Grandma Are Young Again was at the end of 2023. I watched in 2024. I have not finished it, but it's really good. It's a comedy that becomes a romance and becomes a drama and becomes depressing. Because it's the story of two grandparents. They eat a magic fruit on accident, they didn't realize it was magical, and allows them to turn young again. So the jokes are essentially just, look at these old people act young a bunch of times, and then sometimes they go old again, sometimes they're young again. Sometimes it's mixed matched. So you have young hot grandma with old grandpa for that fetish, and then you have the other way around as well, where it's young hot grandpa with old grandma. And there's a lot of drama because they go over their mortality and everything. And it is death flagged so hard that in this, it's not giving it away because they're old people. In the final episode, they're gonna die, and I cannot watch that freaking episode. That's how good it is because it's that emotionally impactful. Got an honorable mention. It was gonna be number 10, but because I didn't finish it, I'm like, I guess I can't put it in there. After that, I saw Demon Slayer, the newest one, and just the training arc. I enjoyed it. Other people hated it. It's not top 10, but like I enjoyed it. The last episode was really drawn out, but it was a hell of a thing they did. And then honorable mention from an anime from I think 2018, Dororo. Dororo's really effing good. It's based on Osamu Tezuka's Dororo, which gets an ending. Dororo never had an ending. It's really freaking good. It is a little bit of comedy, mostly drama, mostly period piece, a lot of action, very good. What's this one? Isekai Yururi Kiko Kosadashi Nagara. We're gonna look this up. As I said, this is a RawVlog, which means we are not professional here. So, well, we know it's an isekai. Yuri, a journey through another. Oh, this one. Okay, so this one is this guy gets isekai'd, and he finds two magical children and decides to raise them as their parent. And this is a really cute anime. It's based on a novel. It's a very cute anime. It wears thin eventually because you're like, there's no real danger because two little kids are OP. The main character's pretty OP. There's no danger at all, so it just becomes a very fluff anime to watch. And I actually learned a lot of Japanese because the kids repeat themselves a lot, and that really helps with learning Japanese. Nier Automata version 1.1a Part 2. I've played Nier. This is probably Jinx's favorite anime of the year because Jinx really loves Nier a lot. It's very faithful but different at the same time. Because of how it ends, because of a certain thing that happens in the end of this, because it's very similar to games, I prefer the game story for one thing. But at the end of the day, Nier is Nier. I don't know. I don't know. I prefer the game story over the anime story, but the anime story is pretty good too. After that was Ramen Akaneko. So very fluffy, cute. Ramen Akaneko that's Red Cat Ramen. So it's just cats running a ramen shop. So these are cats who can stand on two legs, they can talk, they can walk, and they can cook ramen and serve ramen. It's just a cute anime. Characters go through development because it's slice of lifey, a little bit of comedy, a little bit of drama, just cute fluff. That's really what it is. And it's just I ate it during lunch, so I watched the whole thing while I was eating lunch. After that is Muroko-chan, the girl who sees. So Muroko-chan is amazing, and this was a couple years back, and I need to read the manga. So Muroko-chan is the girl who can see ghosts. She can see, not ghosts, she can see yokai. And the thing about that is, the way the rules work in Japanese horror is, if you see it, if you acknowledge it, that means you know it's real, it knows you know it's real, and now it can do harm to you. So the entire anime is the humor of this girl having to straight face horrible monsters that she sees. And she can only act like it's normal. That's the entire thing. And it's just situation. The whole thing is just situation to situation. And it's just hilarious the situation she's in. This honorable mention. The first 2 or 3 episodes are extremely ecchi. And then they cool off on that. Because, like, the main character, she's got parts that are people will like to look at, and her friend is the same thing. And like in the first episode, there's a part where there's a ghost haunting her because of her boobs, and then it leaves her and goes to her friend, and she's like, I feel like I should be insulted right now. And there's just humor like that. It's a very slow pace, very creepy, very scary, but also hilarious in the situation she's got to deal with. You're like, oh my god, that's horrible. She's got to deal with that. That's hilariously messed up. And there are some dramatic moments because she can see, not yokai, she can see the undead. It's not yokai, I'm stupid. She can see ghosts. But they're the Japanese version. They're like The Ring. They're just horribly morphed versions of people. They're not always just people. But some of them are like the legends that are in Japan. They're like that. And yeah, if she can see them, then they can hurt her. If she acknowledges them, then they can hurt her, kind of thing. And there's some really creepy shit that happens. Oops, I cursed. There's some really creepy stuff that I'm not going to censor that. And yeah, I thought it was really good. I'd like a season 2. Very scary, but it was fun. And there's some heartfelt moments. But yeah, that's what I was saying. I forgot what I was saying. There's some heartfelt moments where she helps some ghosts that were lingering for a reason. And yeah, pretty good. Shinmai Osan Bokensha. So this is like a 30-year-old guy joins the strongest party. That was actually way better than I thought it was, and it could have been in the top 10, but other things beat it out. So it's like the part of the problem is the first 4 episodes, this guy's like, wow, I'm really weak despite being the strongest person there. It gets on my mention. And after the first 4 episodes, they realize, okay, this joke's wearing thin, let's move on. And then after that, it is a very good story. The final arc of the season is really freaking good. Very good action, very good comedy. I really liked it, and I'm glad I watched it. Honorable mention. What was this one? Mogan Saikyo no Majutsushi no wa Ningen Data. So something human Malgrim Psycho. I think this is. I think this is a human of the Demon Lord's army, but I'm gonna double check that. Malgrim. Yep, the strongest magician in the Demon Lord's army is human. That one's not bad. Like it's just OP character being OP. It has some builds a little bit of a harem. It's not an isekai if I remember correctly. He's just a human that. Oh yeah, there's isekai elements, but he's not isekai. Um, there's stuff from our world there, but it's not by him. But he gets taught some of that stuff. That's what happens. So the first episode kind of explains this. So this boy gets adopted by the Demon Lord, and the Demon Lord has found stuff from our world. So I think other people got isekai or things got isekai, and he teaches our world's tactics to this kid. And this kid uses our tactics in that world, in his new in this world, in his world, in the fantasy world. There you go, better way to put it. And the tactics just do very good because usually the tactics are run over there. While he's using actual tactics, and it goes well. And then there's just story elements that happen. And it's pretty cute and it's fun. I liked it. No honorable mention though. It's just I liked it. This wasn't like you gotta watch this. Surprisingly, the next one some people might not like. Kurasu wa Aruji wo Arabanai. So, the raven doesn't get to choose its master. That's this one. Karasu means raven. I don't remember what Aruji means. And Arabanai means don't get to choose. And so this one is. It's kind of set in Apothecary Diaries kind of setting. And the first half I thought was really good. Well, very interesting. Second half, not as much. But it was just interesting. So it's. This boy doesn't like politics, doesn't like any of that stuff. He doesn't want to be involved in it. But the prince effing chooses him. And the prince is like a god figure in this universe. In this. Based on, like. Chinese. Palace kind of setting. Like Apothecary Diaries is. And in this one, it's all these women. While the prince is going through some things with his servant and investigating some situations, there are these four princesses, the north, west, east, and south. They are vying for the prince's love. So there's a lot of political, like, maiden intrigue happening. And it's very interesting, and the way that all culminates is very good. I like that a lot. But after that, it becomes just, it's court drama. That's what it's called. After that, it's just a bunch of just court things happening because they got to do some more storytelling because the story, people really liked it. And it was good here and there, interesting here and there, but I don't know. It was not bad. If you have to choose one court drama, it's Apothecary Diaries, though. Skipping that one. Astronaut. So if you want a really good average anime, it's Astronaut. Astronaut is girl comes to Earth because she needs to get a special item from Earth. And she goes to the Astro Lodge and becomes the proprietor, the manager of the lodge, because the former owner of the lodge is dead now. And she's now the owner of the lodge hid the key somewhere that she needs to find. And so the mystery of where's the key. And then you also have this ensemble cast of basically burnouts from society. Because the Astro Lodge or the Astronaut is a place for people who have nowhere else to go. To help them be better, and then some people move out and just it's like a halfway home for neats is the best way to put it. It feels like, and there's some fun characters. You got alien stuff happening. The main boy falls in love with the main girl, but she's an alien. There's a lot of things going on with that, and there's just hijinks, and it's just a very average but fun anime. Niga Jozuwa no Wakagimi, also known as Elusive Samurai. Some of the best art I have ever seen this last year. Interesting humor. The first episode is all you need to see to know whether or not you're going to be into this thing, because it's an interesting one. They have a lot of fun with it. They break the fourth wall a bunch. It is a bloody, bloody time. It's fun, it's wacky, it's crazy. It's based on a boy who freaking it's based on historical events, and there's a boy in it who is happening. It's happening before the Sengoku Jidai, Well, it's way before actually. This is the guy that has the. This is the guy. It's taking place where the shogunate is forming that will eventually end in the Sengoku Jidai. That's the better way to put it, if I remember correctly. And so this is prior to the Warring States period. What happened before the Warring States period? But way before. It's like 100 years before, I think, or like maybe 150 years or 80 years before. It's too far before for any of those figures to show up. But this is what was happening before that. And the Elusive Samurai is a character from that time. And he did some things, and he's up against the shogunate, or the future shogunate, because he's up against the Ashikage, and it's very interesting how they play with it. It's a fun, interesting time, but it's also wacky and goofy and a bit much, because it is a bit bloody, but it was fun. It was a fun time. Need to see a season 2 of this. It was alright. Yakuza Fiancé! Okay, Yakuza Fiancé is absolute trash. But it is delicious trash. I am a trash panda sometimes. Yakuza Fiancé is the story of the heir to a Yakuza group and the heiress to a Yakuza group, two different groups, getting engaged. And they're both psychopaths in different ways. The girl thinks she's normal, but then her insanity kicks in every now and then. Well, the guy knows he's not normal, but he thinks she's normal at first. And the thing about it is, they're both crazy. They're just two different kinds of crazy. And it is not, I can fix her, it's, I want her to ruin me. She can ruin me. That's who she is. Same thing for the guy. The guy is ridiculous. And he's a bit uneven. It's weird how the writing goes. I think at some point the writer decided, yeah, we can't make him like, I can't keep having him like this because he's not redeemable this way. I need to make him a bit redeemable. And it was a wild time. It's trash, absolute trash, but I loved it. It was a wild time. Just watching two psychopaths fall in love. It's just ridiculous. Spice and Wolf. This gets an honorable mention, which some people will be upset. Spice and Wolf is a remake of the anime from a while back. It's really good in its setting. It's because the long title is like The Merchant and the Fox Goddess, I think. So it's a fox goddess and a merchant. And he's a traveling merchant. And she decides to travel with him. And everywhere he goes, he's dealing with economic schemes. Either he gets in on them, or he's trying to defend against them, or helping out against them. And he's just got a wolf goddess with him. And there's stuff with her being a wolf goddess, there's stuff with him being a merchant. And she enjoys being, like, tricky because, well, she's not a fox, but she's a wolf. And apparently they like being foxy too, so they like being tricky. And so there's a lot of, I need to read some wikis to understand the economic things they were doing, because they were shorting, they were doing a bunch of other things. It was a very fun time, but it's really hard to get through. But I really liked it, but there's an arc that I really did not like. There's an arc that you have to slog through to get the payoff and realize why it was a slog, but it was still a slog. And still, it's good, honorable mention. Villainous who will go down in history. Apparently, I really like villainous animes. So I like apparently cute girls who might die animes. Because I want to see them struggle and make it. And then apparently I also like villain. So villainous has become my trope that I like. So there's a guy who gets kicked out of the party. There's isekai. Then there's like the otames with the villainesses. And Baccarina is my favorite, of course. But villains who will go down in history is really good. So she isekais, but she didn't like the main character. She likes the villainess. When she dies, she becomes the villainess, and she's like, oh snap, I'm the villainess. I'm gonna make sure I become the best villainess of all. I'm gonna be the greatest villainess in history. But her version of villainess is more, she wants to be a badass. She wants to be the anti-hero. She doesn't want to be evil. She wants to be an anti-hero. And so she does it that way. And the thing is, because she's like that, that causes some friction with the love interests and the main character and things like that. Well, that causes some issues that happen. But I'm mixing that up with another one. No, it does. The issues are different. It changes the story. I'm thinking of a different one, but there are some issues that happen here where she's doing something. I think like Right. So it changes things because she's the villainess. She's not supposed to be one who gets loved, but because of the way she's acting, the prince who did not love her falls for her. And that changes the story quite a bit for the main character from the game, and that changes some things in history for her, and it's very interesting. And I really like the final episode because she goes out like a badass. It's really cool. That gets honorable mention. Then wife came back as a grade schooler. So another one where it's like grandma and grandpa. So this woman dies. She gets truck cooned, but it's not an isekai. And she leaves behind a husband and daughter, and they never get over it. They never get over it. They're just a mess. It's like 7 or 8 years later, or 10 years later, and they just sleepwalk through life because they miss her so much. And then she comes back as a grade schooler. She's reincarnated as a grade schooler. That's the premise. And she's like, I wasn't going to say anything. I wasn't going to do anything. But I see that you two haven't moved on, and it's pissing me off. And so she goes to see them. She's trying to help them move on. And there's a lot of back and forth because they don't want to move on. They're like, hey, she's back. We can just keep having a life here. But she's a literal child. You can't have a life with a literal child. And there's a lot of friction. A lot of stuff happens. A lot of drama. But in the end, it's a lot of tears, a lot of crying. And it's just an interesting story of trying to help a couple that her husband and daughter move on. Very interesting in that. But it also gets a little creepy as well because like the husband wants to marry this grade schooler. Yeah, he goes that far. I'm like, no, no. He's like, well, wait until she gets older. I'm like, no, dude, you're gonna be like, I'm not shaming old people marrying young people, but like that's just yeah, no, 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 don't do that. That's no, like you need to move on. And the thing is, they crammed in like 2 seasons worth of story into one season, and so a lot of things get skipped that I hear, and that would have helped a lot of character development because there's some whiplash at points. But eventually, she helps them move on, and it's a pretty sweet ending. I just oh my god, I just oh my god. But it's because there's so many rough patches. I can't recommend this anime necessarily. I can't honorable mention it. It's interesting, but oh, there are points where like, what are you doing? I'm warning you now already with that. But I found it interesting because, like, yeah, what if your loved ones could come back and be like, dude, get with the program. What are you doing? Because the thing is the wife was a very proactive person, while the other two weren't very proactive, from what I could, if I remember correctly. And so she needed to kick them back into just living. Car in the background, I think it's pretty loud. Now it's time. By the way, there are going to be some 2024 animes in 2025 because I just didn't see them yet. Can you go already? Like Shangri-La. I didn't see Shangri-La until 2025. I've only seen the first season. I'm going to see the second season. Shangri-La is really good. We'll do the top 10. Okay, so number 10 is 100 Girlfriends. 100 Girlfriends is amazing. It is the most unhinged thing. And I'm watching season 2 right now, and it's going to be in the top 10 again. Because 100 Girlfriends is ridiculous. I'm so tired of harem animes. I'm so tired of boring guy MCs fulfilling the wishes of boring authors. I'm so tired of that. I don't need a boring MC. I need a guy who listens to his women or his woman and helps them just become better people, or just help them feel heard, help them feel fulfilled, help them be who they are. And that is the main character, Rentaro, of this anime. He is the bestest boy. Here's the premise here. What if Tanjiro, because he is literally anime Jesus, not Deku. Tanjiro's anime Jesus. Deku's like the second try at that, but the first try at that. I don't know which one was first. Deku's pretty close to anime Jesus, but Tanjiro beats him out. What if Tanjiro was told he has 100 soulmates in this world? And if they do not come together, those soulmates will die. That is the premise. God tells him, hey, I accidentally added 2 zeros to the number of soulmates you have. My bad. By the way, if you meet them and they fall in love with you, they will literally die of a broken heart if you do not reciprocate. And that's a little pressure to put on a dude. And here's the thing. This is a parody of romance comedies. This is a parody of romance dramas. This is a parody of harem animes. He's going to build a 100 girlfriend harem. And I can't wait to see it. This man builds this harem up. And it takes a minute, of course, to convince the girlfriends, like, hey, I have another girlfriend I want to add to the team. Eventually, they just accept that that's the life they're going to have. And they all just become a team. And it becomes the Rentaro family, which I freaking love that. But it takes a while to get there, and I like the trials and tribulations to get there. And what makes Rentaro so great is he listens to these girls. He takes interest in what they like. And then he's just the best boy. He is the goodest boy, the bestest boyfriend. The man that just, he's the guy for romance. It's great. Season 2 is also great. But to mix it up, they do a bunch of crazy parody stuff happening here and there. If I say any of them, it kind of ruins them. They just do so much stuff. It is unhinged as hell. I cackle every time he gets a new girlfriend and introduces them to the team, to the family. They're like, another one. And I just can't stop laughing at it because, like, oh my god, he got another girlfriend. And they're different tropes of it. You got the Yandere, the Dare. You've got, well, the Yandere hasn't shown up yet. You got the Tsundere is what I meant. The Dare. All the other Dares, I forget what they're called right now. They're all in here. Eventually there'll be Yandere, I'm sure. That one hasn't shown up. And just all the different tropes of girls, all the different romance tropes. Everything happens. And it's just too much fun. And it's hilarious. And there's no other way, but it's just a very fun time. I love this anime so much, and I love the manga. I'll love the manga, I'm sure, if I ever read it. If fourth wall breaks a lot. It's just too much. Number 9 is, wrong way to use healing magic. Wrong way to use healing magic is based on a light novel. It is an isekai, but it is classic isekai. It is, heroes have been summoned to this other world because this other world needs heroes. Truck-kun doesn't happen. It is, we just need people to save our ass because we're getting wrecked. And this dude has healing magic. And in this world, that's not a good thing. Because this is the thing that never happens, that I always wondered about. What if you were just, a paladin monk, right? You punch so you can heal and punch some more. That is what this is. This is ranked number 9. Number 10 was 100 Girlfriends. Number 9 is this. So the thing about being able to heal, so different fantasies do healing differently. For him it is, you can train 24 hours a day and heal it all back with your magic, as long as you got the mana for it. So this man goes from just regular high school boy to jacked high school boy. And he gets really strong, really muscular. His mentor, oh my god, I would love to climb that mountain. His mentor is this buff lady who also uses healing magic. And she is strong. She kicks so much ass. But she's all about healing people. So she's like, save lives to win. When we're on the battlefield, no one dies. That is the goal. And it's pretty cool seeing her train this guy up to that. And he becomes just someone who she can rely on. And it's just fun there. And then there's like kind of romantic comedy stuff happening as well with the other isekai characters. And that's all well and good, but it's just all about him and his master for me, and it's very fun. It's hilarious. And it's just, yeah, what if you used your healing magic to just keep getting stronger? Because what is building muscle? Building muscle is taxing your body to the point it rips up a bit, and then it repairs stronger and better. What if you could do that all day? You would get pretty freaking strong. And that's what he becomes. He becomes very freaking strong, and it's just a fun anime. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait for season 2. There better be a season 2. Where's number 8? Oh, I do this for just cause. Kaiju number 8 is number 8. Kaiju number 8 probably ranks higher. Kaiju number 8 is really freaking good. I'm reading the manga. It's almost done. The manga's almost over. It is a very good story. It is kind of like Osan, Shinmai Osan, Bokensha. It is a dude who's just older. He's just not as strong. He's not as fast anymore because he's older. But he still wants to be a kaiju fighter. Like what I mean is, this is a world like the people on the ground when Godzilla shows up. But in this world, the tech's better and they can actually fight the kaiju. And this is just a regular dude who wants to be able to deal with monsters alongside other people. He just wants to join the special forces to do that. His best friend's the captain of one of the platoons. He wants to be there with her, and he just keeps failing, and it's eating him up on the inside. Like, he is chasing a dream, and it's not working out. And this is his last try. This is his last chance. And there's stuff with Kaiju number 8. And it's really good. It eventually becomes an ensemble story. And the main character's a lot of fun. He's like Luffy if he was 30 years old, is the best way to put it. He's just funny and goofy, and I like him a lot because he reminds me of me in some ways. Not just in age. And yeah. It's a good time. Very good action. Very fun characters. I like them a lot, and I can't wait for season 2, which is coming out this year. Number 7 is the villainous story. I was mixing up with the other one, which is also... So this one is, but she's not the villainous. She's kind of, but not. It's weird. Okay, so number 7 is Akiyaku Reijo level 99. Watashi wa Urobas Dosuga Mao Dawa Arimasen. So this one is... The hidden boss is not evil. Or is not the... No, the hidden boss is not the Demon Lord. And in this one, it is Girl Gets Isekai in a game she played a lot. And she becomes the hidden boss. And she's a child, and she's like, oh crap, I'm the hidden boss. I know how the story ends. The story ends with me dying. I don't want to die. I'm going to go train up. So from beginning as a child, she trains up and becomes level 99. She becomes the strongest person basically in the world. She becomes the strongest person in the world using dark magic. And because the main character has light magic, she's naturally weak to them. So she's rock. The main character is paper. Was it scissors? And so in this story, she's not anyone in the cast. She's the hidden boss. So she's just someone hidden in the background in this otome. But because she's level 9, 99 puts her in the front of everything. And so she's embroiled in a lot of the story of the game, and she knows some stuff, and she's dealing with some things, and she's just doing leveling up stuff and trying to help everyone else prepare for the Demon Lord. Because she doesn't want the Demon Lord to win, but she also doesn't want to get killed either, so she's going to help them win. And she's also trying to make sure she doesn't become the hidden boss and so on and so forth, things like that. And because of that, because she gets into the forefront, she causes friction with her and the main character, and then the love interest. And it's a lot of fun what happens there. And she's a very fun character. She's like second coming of Bakarina for me. I really like this character because she's also love dense, but she is not as love dense as Bakarina. But she is pretty dense. And it's a lot of fun. It wraps up in the one season. It's very good. It's a good single season. I like it a lot. Recommend the hell out of it. Number 6 is Dan to Dan. There it is. You like, did you watch Dan to Dan? Yeah, I watched Dan to Dan. Season 1, or the first half, whatever, because the second half's coming out in 2025. I liked it a lot. Very good action, very good comedy. The drama's it feels pretty good. My only problem is how rapey it is. So many cars. So I get it, like, it's dealing with, like, the issues that teenagers deal with. And teenage girls do deal with just men not being great. And also, the main boy also deals with situations where people aren't being very great either. But his are different because he's a glasses boy. While she's more, I don't know, it's attractive young high school girl. And so she gets treated in a way because of that. And it's very unfortunate how she gets treated. And it's very unfortunate how many times it feels really rapey with her. It's my only problem with Dan to Dan is The peril she goes through is more rapey than anything, and the perils he goes through is a little rapey as well. It's a bit bad. Like there's a lot of there's a lot of assault happening in this. Oh my god, I'm really painting this badly. If you watch it, okay. Things happen where the girl is threatened with assault, and things happen where the boy is threatened with assault. Does not happen, but it almost happens multiple times for both of these characters. The boy actually does kind of some bad things happen to him, but it's amazing action. It's very well drawn. It's hilarious. And the drama of the main boy and main girl and their feelings for each other. It's annoying. He's like, oh my god, I know this from high school, but it's not bad. It's pretty good. I just wish it was less rapey. But like, I know girls who in high school they got grabbed and things like that happened to them, and so I know it's real, and so it bothers me. But if you want to go realistic in that way, I get it. Just woof, rough. All right, so 5. Where's number 5? Number 5 is Undead Unluck. The manga ended this year, actually, so I'm tempted to read the manga. I'm hoping they just animate it all, but it's rare to animate an entire anime unless it's a phenomenon. Because, like, My Hero's ending this year. By the way, I haven't seen season 7. I need to watch that before the final season comes out. It's very rare to finish a story in anime. They usually make you want to, read the manga. That's the idea. So I'm hoping to get the rest of Undead Unluck because it was really good. Very fun ensemble cast. The premise is insane. I like the premise. The main 2 characters are great. And yeah, the main character girl is great. I forget her name right now, but I like her. Unluck is very fun, and her character growth is amazing. And Undead is very fun as well. I need to check. What is Nezuko? Because I don't remember what Nezuko is. Oh, god damn it, it's Demon Slayer. How did I forget that? Alright, I'm like, what is Nezuko? Oh, yeah. So, Undead Unluck is really good. I can't say too much without spoiling it, but it's basically... It's JoJo in a way. It's JoJo, but not JoJo. It's JoJo, but not gay is the best way to put it. It is not gay JoJo. So some people are out already on that. Because there's special powers, there's special rules to these powers, there's different premises, and it's just a fun time with them. The girl's name is Unluck because she's unlucky. Anyone who gets close to her dies. Fortunately, the main other character is named Undead. He can't die. So that's a match made in heaven, right? Come on now. And that's the 2 of them and their hijinks. And they meet other characters who are on other things, just on concepts. And it's a very interesting world and the concepts that happen. And I really want to see more of it. I might have to just read the manga. Number 4, here it is going to be up there. Dungeon Meshi. I'm surprised to find out there are people who don't like it. It's so good. It is very good. This is a very good anime. I think because like the first episode is just food anime, but they're building the premise of the thing, and then it gets really dark and really crazy and really funny and really good action and really dramatic. It runs the gamut. There's so much going on in this story. It's very engaging. The world builds. The onion slowly unfurls. Each layer just slowly comes out as you go through this story. It's very good. Things are getting built on top of other things. You don't realize it yet until later. Like, oh, they were building that off of that. And then this builds into this, and it's just a lot of things come together. And my favorite episode has got to be the mimic fight. That's the best way I'll put it, because like, well, my favorite moment is the mimic fight. The mimic fight is so intense, high pressure. It's really good. There's a lot of great moments. There's some really intense moments, and the main character is hilarious. And like the whole crew is funny in their own way, but the main character is really funny. There's an incident that happens after the really one of the most intense moments that's really funny as well. And I gotta see what comes next in this freaking story. Dungeon Meshi's really good. You have to watch it. I don't know how you don't watch it. Number 3 is the Fable. The Fable. So the Fable is OP super assassin is made to live a normal life. That's it. Like, it's like John Wick, but anime, but not John Wick. Not the best way to put it, but it's just like it's a Yakuza anime. It's a Yakuza comedy. Yakuza comedies are how they are, but I enjoyed it a lot. It's hard boiled at points. It's really funny at points, but you have to be into that concept. And the Fable is just the super assassin. This guy who is OP as heck. He's a great assassin, but he is told like, okay, you've killed too many people this year. You're doing way too good. I need you to lay low for 1 year. Take your handler with you, who like she's his wheelman, and they're like, you have 1 year, just live a normal life in this town, and you're not allowed to kill anybody. If you kill anyone, I will kill you because his boss is even better than him at being an assassin. So that's the premise. I read the manga after I watched this anime, and the manga is so fulfilling. Like, oh my god, start to finish, it's a very fun manga, and it is a satisfying ending. The anime gets halfway through it. I need there to be a season 2 because I need to see the rest of this in anime. The so they get made into a brother and sister pairing. The assassin and his wheelman, she's wheelwoman, and they're both really funny in their own ways. They're both ridiculous in their own ways, and the people they interact with, the way they change their lives, it's funny and awkward, and there's some really good action because despite the fact he's not allowed to kill anyone, he gets pulled into the Yakuza world anyway, and crazy stuff happens with that. And it's just a very fun time. Also, you get to learn a lot about survival in there too, because there's a point where he's like, okay, I'm losing my skills. I need to go into nature and regain my skills. And he just goes over survival things in nature, and apparently they're all accurate, so that's cool. Fable's just really fun. It's a very fun one. There's movies as well, so you can watch the movies if you want in live action. And yeah, and the sister character is a hilarious mess. She's a drunken mess who's hilarious. When the scenes are about her, they are a laugh riot. She's also badass every now and then too, but he's the real badass on the team. And because she gets mad when she just sees him do the things she struggled with ease. She's like, "Motherfucker, I did this really cool thing and you did it like it was nothing. I'm so mad." It's a fun time. Number 2 and number 1, this is the debate. Now, people voted Solo Leveling as number 1 of 2024. I haven't watched it. And I don't feel like that's a bad thing. Because I can always watch it later. But, I don't know, there were some other heavy hitters that came out. Like, Apothecary Diaries and Free Run, they came out. They came out at the end of 2023, going into 2024. I count them as 2024. If you end in 2024, I count you as a 2024 anime. Because your second core, completing your story, ended there. How do you vote something as the best anime of all time when you only got the first half of it? You can't. You just can't. You got to get the whole package. So it's a 2024 anime to me, not a 2023 anime. Which helps because what was my 23 anime of the year was Helk, wasn't it? Yeah. It was Helk. It would be really hard to pick between Apothecary Diaries, Free Run, and Helk. It really would. Thankfully, I don't need to. What was number 2 from us? Oh, Buddy Daddies. Buddy Daddies would have been below these as much as I love Buddy Daddies. In the end, Apothecary Diaries is number 2, Free Run is number 1. And that's a hard pick. Apothecary Diaries! Mau Mau! Amazing! Mau Mau it's Sherlock Holmes, but in court drama. Sherlock Holmes, but in court drama. Mau Mau is the best, is the freaking best character, if not for Free Run and Fern. Are you kidding me? And who else were best girls that year? Who else was the best girl that year? The weakest tamer girl, because oh my god, she needs everything she can get to survive. Oh my god. The sister from The Fable's not bad. She's hilarious, but she's a mess. Best grandma was easily from Grandma and Grandpa Are Young Again. Best girl villainess, probably. I like them a lot. Can't remember the name of the wolf from Spice and Wolf. I just can't remember her name right now, but she's great too. The girl from Dan and Dan, also great. A lot of great girls. There is no best girl in Kaiju number 8. There's great girls, but there's no best girl. All the 100 girlfriends are best girls. You cannot pick between any of them. They're all best girl. But Mao Mao, would we give Mao Mao best girl? Beating all other best girls? I can't. No, we're tying that up with Fern and Freeran and the 100 girlfriends. We have to. It's just can't beat the 100 girlfriends either. Mao Mao is just Sherlock Holmes, but in a court drama setting. That's it. Like what I mean by court, I mean Chinese court drama. That's those ones. Because there's concubines, and there's people dying, and there's mysteries, and she's solving these mysteries, and there's like poisonings and things like that, and the comedy's really good. The logic of things is really good. The storytelling is so good, so dramatic. I teared up a number of times. And the way the season ends, it feels good to me. It's a bittersweet ending in a way, but it feels good to me. But I'm like, oh my god, it's one of those ones where like, because it deals with things of the past, and it's just like, if things were just a little more this way, there would not be as much drama in this story, and there would just be a happy story. That's why stories happen though, because those didn't happen that way. Polygar Diaries is really good. It's happening right now, so it's going to be in the top 10 of 2025 too, I'm sure. It's just fun. I don't know what to say about it. Everyone's watched Apothecary Diaries. It's just really good. And then everyone watched Free Ren, unless you're boring. Free Ren! My understanding is Soul Leveling's on this side of the spectrum. Free Ren's on this side of the spectrum, because Soul Leveling has a lot of hype fights, but like not great story. The main character is boring, is what everyone tells me. I'm like, oh, that's great to look forward to. While Free Ren, people think is boring, but the story is effing amazing. It's just a slow burn. And when we get to the fights, they're really effing good. Like, Free Ren starts out slow because it's the epilogue to a story. And then it becomes the next story. Because it's called Beyond Journey's End. Free Ren's party defeats the Demon Lord. And they go back home to celebrate. But Free Ren's an elf. The healer is a human. The hero's a human. And the warrior tank on the team is a dwarf. So he lives for a long time too, but not as long as elves do, because Free Ren is 1,000 years old. Yeah, she's 1,000 years old. Free Ren's really powerful. We get to see how the magic works in this world. We get to see her appreciation of magic. It makes you appreciate magic in a different way, which I really like, because a lot of characters are all about big boom, that's all that matters. But Free Ren's like, I just want to see the magic of magic, the interesting of magic. And so it's just two different schools of thought of like pew pew magic versus magic that blooms flowers, magic that cleans clothes, magic that creates things, magic that just does things, versus magic that kills, and magic that defends. And it's very beautiful in that way. But when she has to use magic that kills, oh my god. The power moments for Free Ren are incredible. They're well measured, they're put in at the right time, and you're just like in awe of these moments. My understanding of I need to see Soul Leveling eventually, because I understand it's just Sasuke is what I'm told about Soul Leveling. But there's just so much more to Free Ren, because it's about living in the moment and remembering the friends that you've lost, because she lives forever. So it's about remembering the past and appreciating those people who ran with you before and don't run with you anymore, and the journey forward and the people with you. And it just makes you appreciate life and appreciate death as well, and appreciate the journey you're on. Free Ren is very meaningful in a lot of ways. That's why it's number one. And you see the clash of ideas, and you can argue just no one's really wrong in their clash of ideas. The different ideas on how magic should be used. Like you can see, no one's really wrong. Well, it depends on the time when these are. And how it handles demons is very interesting. How it handles devils. I forget if it's devils or demons. It's interesting there because it's something we haven't seen in a very long time, to be honest. And Freeman's just really good. And I've talked for almost an hour, so I need to back up here. Oh my god, my throat. Need to lube it up now. Oof. I probably would have came into Freeman with a lot more energy if it wasn't like the end of all this. Jesus Christ. Freeman's just really good. If you're not sold by like episode 3, wait, 3 or 4, I forget. Because the first 4 episodes are basically a movie, so you have to watch the first 4 episodes. I don't know, it's really good. I don't know how you don't. I don't think it's good. Anyone who thinks it's boring has this much attention span. I'm not gonna be an old man and say TikTok generation, but guys, soapbox really quick. If you have to watch someone play a game while listening to the thing, I just oh because that is some really bad ADD, bros and lady bros. I don't know. Like I don't know how you're gonna not get jangling keys the rest of your life when you do that stuff. I just don't know how you're gonna deal with that. I don't know how you're gonna deal with life. I just don't know. Because work is gonna need you to focus up. It will. You can't multitask like that in real life. I wish you could do what you need to do, but you can't. Soapbox over on that one, because I'm an old man. I don't know. I get kids, they're not going to be on that stuff, at least not until they build a pretty strong foundation of mental fortitude and the ability to think without stuff like that. Oh boy. We're at the end here, and now you get to judge me. You get to judge me for not watching Solo Leveling and talk so much about it. I only know what people have said, but I'm going to watch it. So my opinion of Solo Leveling will be different on the 2025 list. Looking forward to, of course, I watched A Wonder Girlfriend Season 2, Apothecary Diary Season 2, Freeman's not happening for a long time. Kaiju number 8 Season 2, MHA's finishing this in 2025, so we gotta watch that. I don't know if I'm gonna watch Vigilantes, I don't really know if I care about that. One Punch Man Season 3 is finally happening, and I've read the manga, so I know what's gonna happen, and it's some hype stuff. Ooh, Daima's in 2025. I'm curious where that's gonna end up, because I forgot about that. Oh my god. That's it. That is it. I'm not cutting out the squeaks from this chair. I need to stop moving so much. That's it for this one. Next Raw Dog vlog. I don't know when that's gonna be. Give me something to talk about because I got no ideas. Because I don't want to talk about politics. I don't want to talk about how effed we are right now. It's really bad, and it's just be a never-ending cycle of talking about that. That's it. I had fun up and watching. That's what's up, as having fun. Next time, see you next time. Let me know what your top 10 of 2024 is. And if it's not Free Rend, what the heck is it? If it's Apothecary Diaries, fine. Dungeon Meshi, fine. There's a lot of things that could beat it, but to me, I'm like, nothing can beat it. It's just too good. It's too meaningful. Emotionally, and there's some really good hype moments. That's it. Thanks for coming by. See you next time. Bye, 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 bye.